Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel for another vegan and gluten-free recipe, and happy St. Patrick's Day 2025. I recently watched the Netflix movie Irish Wish featuring Lindsay Lohan, and in that movie there's a scene where they mention Boxty. I had no idea what Boxty was when I saw that scene, so I immediately looked it up and discovered that, lo and behold, it's an Irish take on potato pancakes. I knew I had to feature it on my channel, so in this episode I'll be making this batch of vegan and gluten-free Boxty pancakes. There's 9 ingredients going into these Boxty, so let's go through each of them one by one super quickly. First up, of course, we gotta have some potato in here, so this is 1 russet potato. There's also 1 cup of all-purpose gluten-free flour, 1.5 cups of hash browns, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk, a few dabs of this vegan plant butter, which I'll use to fry the Boxty, and finally some vegan sour cream and green onions to garnish the Boxty at the very end. Now let's go through the 7 steps of this vegan and gluten-free Boxty recipe, and I've linked the recipe that I'm following down below in the description box in case you'd like to follow along with me and make some of these pancakes yourself. For step number 1, I'll need to prep 1 cup of mashed potato, and that's where this russet potato comes into play. I'll chop the russet potato into small pieces. I'll boil those pieces in a pot of boiling water. I actually have that all ready to go. The water is boiling over on my stovetop. I'll let the potato pieces boil for about 10 to 15 minutes. I'll check with a fork to see how tender they are. And then I'll remove the potato pieces from my soup pot with the boiling water, and I'll mash them with a fork in a glass bowl. For step number 2, I'll mix together the gluten-free flour, the baking powder, and the salt in a separate glass bowl. For step number 3, I'll add the 1 cup of mashed russet potato and the 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk into the bowl with the flour mixture, and I'll mix everything together until the mixture is smooth. For step number 4, I'll mix in the 1.5 cups of hash browns, and then I'll let the Boxty batter rest for 5 minutes. While the Boxty batter is resting, I'll move on to step number 5, which is to prepare my 2 skillets I'll be using to fry the Boxty. And yes, you may be wondering, why am I using 2 skillets? It's because I don't have a massive skillet to cook pancakes on, so I'll be using 2 individual skillets. For step number 6, I'll cook the Boxty. The way that I'll do that is to scoop 1/4 cup of the batter onto each skillet, and I'll let the Boxty cook for 4 minutes on each side. And then for step number 7, the last step of this St. Patrick's Day Boxty recipe, I'll dish up the lovely Boxty and I'll garnish them with a bit of the vegan sour cream and green onions. I'll dig into the Boxty and I'll let you know what I think. We've covered all the ingredients and all the recipe steps for these Boxty, so let's get started with step number 1, which is to cut up and boil this russet potato. These Boxty look and smell incredible. I am so excited to eat these, but first I have to chop up just a little bit of the green onion that I showed you earlier. It's funny because I've been eating so many pancakes lately, but they've all been sweet pancakes, traditional pancakes that you have for breakfast, not savory ones. So these ones sound like a really nice change. And I do love this Tofutti brand of sour cream. I'll show you what it looks like up close in case you've never seen a tub of this before. I think it has pretty much the same consistency as regular dairy sour cream. I do remember eating it when I wasn't vegan. I'm gonna put a big dollop of this sour cream on each of these Boxty, because why not? Love me some luxurious loaded pancakes. I don't like a lot of raw green onion because it does leave that onion flavor in your mouth, but I think these are cute, right? I'm happy with the browning I got on most of the Boxty pancakes. The next time I make them, I definitely will turn my heat up a little bit more. These are definitely thicker than I thought they would be, and I'm guessing that's because of the hash browns being in there, and then the potato, the mashed potato, definitely thickens the batter. Overall, I'm very happy with how these are looking. They're like hash brown pancakes, pretty much. They're holding together way better than I was giving them credit for. All right, first bite all ready to go. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. I hope you get to enjoy something Irish inspired today. Talk about a savory pancake. These are incredible. This is the kind of food you need to be eating the nights when you go out to the pub, you go out to a party, you're gonna have a beer, you're gonna have a glass of wine, you're gonna have whatever. This is the perfect meal to eat before a night like that. 10 out of 10. I gotta cut myself off here for at least a few minutes so I can wrap up this video because these are seriously addicting. They are so good. I hope you enjoyed this St. Patrick's Day inspired recipe video. Let me know what you thought of the recipe down in the comment section, and also feel free to let me know what you're doing to celebrate St. Patrick's Day yourself. If you like this recipe and are curious about other pancake recipes that I've featured on my channel, I've linked 2 recipes for you at the end of this video. One of the recipes is potato latkes. It's actually a boxed potato pancake mix that I ordered last year for Passover. The second pancake recipe is definitely an unusual one. You definitely would not find it at your local Denny's or Perkins or IHOP or any kind of breakfast joint in your area, I'm positive. That recipe is for teff pumpkin pancakes. They're incredibly nutrient dense. I love the flavor and texture on them. I think the color is beautiful as well. You're probably like, why would I ever try that? But trust me, they're worth it. That's everything I have to share with you for this Boxty recipe video. Thank you so much for watching if you've made it all the way to this point in the video. Take care, my lovely foodies. Eat well. Happy St. Patty's Day, and I'll see you in the next upload on this channel. Bye!